we move further with other global developments. The U.S. military carried out a new airdrop of humanitarian aid to Palestinians in Gaza on Tuesday, parachuting in more than 36,000 meals. The Israeli offensive in Gaza, which is supported by U.S., has displaced most of the enclave's people and led to critical shortages of food, water and medicine. Now, the Jordanian military also carried out aid airdrops over Gaza Strip. The airdrop happened in cooperation with the United States, France and Egypt. Israel stopped all imports of food, medicine, power and fuel into Gaza at the start of the war, although it later let in aid deliveries. Aid organizations say that security checks and the difficulty of moving through a war zone have greatly hindered their operations. Now, the 8 joint airdrop operations included 3 Air Force C-130 aircraft belonging to the Royal Jordanian Air Force, 3 U.S. aircraft, 1 Egyptian and 1 French. Now, the situation is worse in the north of Gaza, which is beyond the reach of aid agencies or news cameras and was the target of Tuesday's drop. Gaza health authorities say 15 children have died of malnutrition or dehydration at one hospital alone. U.S. officials say that aid dropped by air is an expensive and insufficient alternative to aid that is brought in by road, given the scale of the humanitarian crisis in the region. President Joe Biden's administration is pressing for greater access by land. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin met at the Pentagon with Benny Gantz, a member of Israel's war cabinet, and urged his support for Israel to do more to help the civilians. Aid supplies to the rest of Gaza, already sharply curtailed since the start of the war, have dwindled to barely a trickle over the past month. Whole swathes of the territory are completely cut off from food. The U.S. made its first airdrop on Saturday over the coast of southwestern Gaza. U.S. officials have voiced interest in a possible maritime corridor to get aid into Gaza. However, it is unclear how aid would enter without U.S. military presence to facilitate that, including setting up a temporary port. The Pentagon's spokesperson appeared to play down such a possibility when asked if U.S. troops might be needed to secure a port or other on-land and distribution site. Major General Pat Ryder said, and I'm going to quote him here, "At this time, there are no plans to put U.S. forces on the ground in Gaza. U.S. has already urged Israel number of times to do more to alleviate the humanitarian catastrophe in Gaza, where more than 30,000 Palestinians have been killed." The Israeli assault launched in response to Hamas attacks that killed 1,200 people in October.